Welcome to 30 Days at that time again on day number 21. It's Enemy versus Izotope. Izotope coming out as the Terran, and Enemy coming out as the Protoss. Now, we haven't seen many Terran-Protoss matchups in this series. However, there is a first for everything, and you know what? This should be interesting nonetheless. Even though it's only still day 21, we only have 9 days ahead of us when it comes to commentary, but we'll have to see if I can improve over those days, and this should be a good moment to actually get underway. We are, however, on Lost Temple, and they have decided, and both players have spawned in front of one another, straight on the same side of the base. And that could be problematic, because considering there won't be much room to expand on unless either side decides to go on towards these expansions on the other side of the map. But we do have the high yield here and the naturals here as well. So we already have the ability to expand early on. We have a Chrono Boost early on towards Enemy. And there's the second Chrono Boost right there on towards the probes. And they'll be able to move up very quickly now. As, meanwhile, Izotope is doing something similar with those supply depots and trying to build it up. Oh, hello, probe. He's trying to go around. Did manage to... there's the probe gone, and we have our first barracks up, as well as a refinery. So, cheeky play so far. The first spare pylon does come in, and he'll be able to build that refinery early on. Another Chrono Boost now, once again. A third Chrono Boost towards that base. That's early on nonetheless. That is very quick. As, we have ourselves a gateway being constructed now. That's good. And this SCV is going to get in the base and it's scout out to see what Enemy is up to. Oh, hello. Oh, that's a refinery right on top of Enemy's base. That's going to annoy him. That's going to annoy him to no extent. But regardless, though, that refinery is no doubt going to come out, going to go down and will really slow down Enemy, not by all that much. Let's see how many probes he has on the map. 17 versus 15 SCV, so economy-wise, he's still ahead a little bit. And then, once again, the Chrono Boost comes in. So there's not much at this point that can be done to deny that refinery. Refinery is stopped construction, though, so he's not going to be in real issue. We do have this probe going around, though. He's going across the other side of the map. I'm not quite sure what he's up to, though. Could he go for a very early expansion? Or maybe a proxy with stalkers? No, he is going to go for a pylon, though. So we got our first proxy pylon built right across from the base here. In a very cheeky position. Very cheeky right there. Meanwhile, Izotope has decided to go for an orbital command. As the Zealot will no doubt purge this refinery in the name of Ire very soon. Yeah, more Zealots coming up. And we have a cybernetics core as well, so he'll be able to get his stalkers and sentries on their way soon-ish. And there's that second assimilator. So fair enough, it's all going fine. We got ourselves a factory now, as well as a tech lab, with concussion shells being a resource. So Marauders on the map will be able to take down any units that Protoss tries to throw into the general direction of the Terran here. As, I'm curious. Ooh, that's a Stargate. We have a Stargate being built now by this probe. Will we see Void Ray harassment? They don't need to fly that far, and they won't be scouted out early on, so it could be a possibility to see some early Void Rays. We will have to see. And we'll have to see whether or not... we do have a starport, however, being built on the other side. It could be that Izotope is expecting something like this, considering he hasn't been harassed by Zealots early on. So he could expect... Yeah, he's going for a double starport, so he could be building either Medivacs or Vikings early on, if he is expecting Void Rays to be built up quickly. That is interesting play right there. There we go. First one is up. And Vikings are a distinct possibility at this stage. We do, however, have... Stalkers are on the map, and they have been scouted out by Izotope, and he's going to lose his SCP. pew laser comes in and takes him down. As more stalkers are being constructed, and again that chrono boost. That is and another chrono boost as well. More stalkers being researched right now, but I haven't seen any warp gates. So at the moment, this yeah, there are the void rays. At the moment, we don't have any ability to move the units in towards the back of the base. But we do have this void ray. Hello, hey, just saying hi here. And there we go. Going after the SCVs, as you should. One SCV is down. And there we go. There's the second one. Getting annihilated. The third one is not going to live very long. Nicely played. He's actually going, well, is he going for the orbital command? Well, the SCVs are all trying to move back. This SCV is, however, going to go down. Another one down. It's 21 to 26. Right now, mineral-wise, or resource-wise, the Protoss are ahead, but this, yeah, there we go. Vikings are up, so this Void Ray is not going to survive very long. Meanwhile, they have the Marauders on the other side of the map, though, and there's only this one Stalker to defend. We have a couple of gateways here. Ooh, this Stalker is going to go down. There we go. That Stalker is dead. The pylon is primed. As soon as this pylon goes down, all of these bases will be rendered useless. There will be no power to, well, put them up, really. The Stalker is going to go down now as well. An additional Void Ray does come in to defend against the Marauders, just in time, though, as these gateways and the Summoners Corps are now offline. The Marauders have decided to go after the probes. There we go, another probe down. This Void Ray is still in position to take down the Marauders. They'll have to be quick. Focus their fire on towards the units that are weaker. Now he's going for the Zealot was probably not the best thing to do, but what can you do, really? 25 probes still on the map. As now mules come out on the other side as well. So Izotope is pounding ahead in the minerals, and he's got himself tech labs next to his starports and building more Vikings. Meanwhile, though, I'm still not sure what he's going to do with this Stargate. Still curious, and we do have this Nexus now here as well, so the expansion is underway. And more pylons being built up around this this area, just making sure that these buildings will never run out of power again. And they're forged now as well, so photon cannons or upgrades. After that Marauder push, you'd think they'll decide to go for a photon cannon here or there, just to make sure that nobody gets in the base. But yeah, that's still a possibility. Meanwhile, though, I haven't seen any Twilight Councils being built, and you do really want to get those, want to get that blink on towards those Stalkers quickly in order to get that harassment. It's just strange to see enemy not doing any harassment whatsoever so far. It is very, very curious to see how he's not actually done anything like that in the game. There's no harassment inside the base, no Zealots, no Stalkers, no nothing. And Izotope, oh, he's going to find out about the Stargate now. Oh, hello, there's a Stargate there. Yeah, and there seems to be no defense. Mecha Tengu, let's go! Oh, no, doesn't appear to be the case. let's run that video, finally. And transform and roll out. There we are. Well, hello. The Stargate's going to be running out of power. Pew. As all these probes will have to get the hell out. As on the other side, we do have these Marauders coming in to quickly intercept said probes as they come around. And they could be able to take them all out if they micro them well, which he does not do for some reason. And 4 make it out. Meanwhile, though, we do have these Stalkers and a couple of Void Rays trying to come in. They're moving in towards the base. One Void Ray down. My apologies. They are taking these supply depots down quickly. Where are these Marauders going? They need to move out very, very quickly as well in order to counter them. They're actually going for the base straight away, and there's nothing to defend them against those Marauders, but these Void Rays are still here, as well as these barracks are going to go down now as well. Another one is down. Probes are coming in as well very, very quickly with this tech lab, and these Void Rays are very, very strong against these buildings. They should be able to run in through the base, and the Void Rays are not doing anything right now. Why are the Void Rays not doing anything? It looks like his attention is somewhere else with these Marines and these Marauders on the other side of the map. Meanwhile, though, we do still have these Void Rays trying to take this refinery down, as these SCVs are getting ripped to shreds by the probes, and the Stalkers are doing the rest. The Nexus is down on this side, though, so they will be revealed. And we have a spare Nexus being built here! Oh dear, and this orbital command is trying to get away, but the Void Race says, you're not gonna get away! The Vikings are not even engaging the Void Rays. That is so awkward. So awkward indeed. And now they're going after the Tech Labs as well. And his Nexus is gonna come up. Meanwhile, on the other side, we have the Marauders moving around. And they're going after these gateways, and Izotope is being revealed! Oh dear! He needs to move quickly to take out this Nexus. At least that's what he thinks he needs to do. But it's not going to help him because there's a fresh Nexus light right here. And another one being built right there. And these Void Rays are just going around kicking ass because the starport, you know what? This starport's not going to survive it very long. Even though it does look like a very miniaturized battlecruiser. Pow! As Izotope is quickly to build a spare command center on towards the high yield. But in a very bad placement, but he does not want to be revealed here. Where are the Void Rays? As it appears we have ourselves a base swap. The Vikings have annihilated the base here from enemy. And they are quickly taking down the pylons, and we're back to square one. Essentially back to square one. Photon cannons now being built as well, just to defend his base. How are the minerals? That's something I'm wondering. Mineral-wise, both sides have a sufficient amount of minerals to do, well, essentially rebuild their bases, but we have two bases from both sides. Izotope has decided to move towards the top of the map, and enemy decided to go where Izotope is. And we are back. We are back to where we were. More photon cannons. And you know what? I don't think enemy is going to attack anyway because, well, he's been playing it so passively in the last couple of minutes that he can't really do anything. Passive enemy is passive. Curious. Oh, hello, Vikings. As they should have no problem taking down these Void Rays. The Stalkers do try to come in, and you see, that's the problem right there. You do not have your Twilight Council, you cannot blink up there, and the Vikings are going to get away now. Don't you just wish? Don't you just wish you built that quiet Twilight Council now? Don't you, enemy? You do, don't you? Because this is the point where you need to find out where Izotope is and harass him like crazy. Which he's not doing. God damn it, it's just turtling. As these Marines and the Marauders are just taking enemy's base apart. As well as the Stargate. Bye-bye, Stargate. Pew! Meanwhile, we do have a command center with no SCVs right around this. He is doing something with that. Yeah, he's moving his Marauders in to take down the rock, so his command center can move in. But in the meantime, if he had just put SCVs on there, now it's just hanging around doing nothing. Just put that on the ground, got a couple of SCVs, sure, it needs to move a little bit further, but then move them in towards the destructible rocks, rather than right now, because now you're just wasting time. On the other side, though, we do have more pylons being built. And a lot of... Oh, look at that. All these gateways are coming up now. As enemy is rebuilding his units very, very quickly. And we finally have these Stalkers going around. But still no harassment. Does he even know where he is? Where enemy knows where he is. All right, fair enough. So we have this probe finding out where his base is. But he still does not know about the high yield expansion right here. Now, the question is, does Izotope know about enemy? He knows about this expansion, but he does not know about the massive base he's got going on right here and towards his original one. However, it's good to know. It's good to note that enemy does not have that many minerals. He's kind of leeching off what remains of Izotope's last batch of minerals here. So that's yeah, not all that good for him. He'll need to expand quickly now. Ooh, these Vikings. Yeah, this Void Ray's toast. Hello, Void Ray. Goodbye, Void Ray. As yeah, you'd wish you'd had that Stalkers, right, with that blink, because I don't know, then you would have actually taken out one or two of these Vikings. Another gateway, but still no Twilight Council. And this planetary fortress is actually being built as well. It's SCVs about to being churned out, and these Vikings are still going around, and they're really on a post because enemy is not smart enough to build a goddamn well. Twilight Council. What can you say? My apologies for my French. Cybernetic score and a gateway. Yeah, what can you do, really? Let's see what's going on here. We have ourselves more tech labs being built. In all honesty, he's just trying to go up over the same route again with these Marauders and Marines in tow. And we got ourselves a factory. What shall we see? What shall we see from that factory? At this stage, I don't know. There we are, the Twilight Council. It's, what, 21 minutes in the game. We have swap bases. These Stalkers have been sitting around, not doing anything, not doing any harassment. So what does he finally build? A friggin' Twilight Council. Oh, and a robotics bay. Robotics facility, even. My apologies. Ooh, that is sexy. And he's going to need those observers just to scout out. As well as these immortals, just to get that pounce on the map. And we have... There... Sorry, what did I say for the last 20 minutes? Build Blink, build Blink, build Blink. 22 minutes and 42 seconds into the game. What do we finally have? Blink. Dear God, man. What are you doing? I know you switch bases. I know you have to rebuild. But seriously, what is going on there? And Izotope, meanwhile, has gone himself for starports. So we have finally got that starport being built up. And he does still have that mineral... deposit in tow, and he's going for siege tank technology. Siege tank technology being built up. These Stalkers are still not doing anything. They could have just moved them out a little bit and just moved them into position, ready to blink in. And now the siege tanks are being built up. As another starport is coming in. More Vikings? How many Vikings does he have? Well, he still has these 7. Or 8 even. As they're going around, they know where to look for the enemy base. But they're not going to do anything with that. We do have this observer going around. And we do have charge being researched now as well. A combined effort of Stalkers and Zealots. Interesting. And Immortals. No war prisms, though. Interesting. Interesting. His Izotope is, let's see the economy here. Let's see what he's doing economy-wise. Yeah, Izotope is running away in the economy. Let's see what his spending has been like. Well, it's a little bit lower than enemy, but enemy does not have the, ooh, hello. Does not have the, well, the minerals remaining here, and he will need to expand quickly, say to this area towards the high yield. These Vikings are still back here waiting for their opportunity to come in and try to take them out. We do have a significant amount of Stalkers here, and they can blink. Wow, that is cute. Ooh, and a medevac with 2 siege tanks in them. Deploy? Yes, they will. Ooh, dare I say it? Dare I say it? There we go! Hello! Woohoo! Hello, Photon Cannons. Thank you for joining us today. As now the Stalkers will have to move quickly to blink up there. 1, 2, 3. Blink, blink. And there they come. Come on, man. Move in those medevacs. As the Vikings are now on the ground as well. No blinking whatsoever. As more blinks coming in. These Stalkers are not going to survive very long versus these Vikings on the ground. They have been nerfed a little bit in this new latest patch. But they are actually going to, yeah, they will be able to take down these Stalkers. But at what cost? They have lost the, siege tanks, and his medevac was sitting around not doing anything. They could have just picked them up and used them for another day. But it was not to be, sadly enough. And there we go. There's the expansion finally coming in with a double pylon as well. On the other side of the map, we finally have these, this expansion going up as well. Very, very quick movement being made here. Cloaking Field and Banshees. Yes, that's not going to help very much versus these photon cannons. Are there any other photon cannons? No, there's not any other photon cannons. But as soon as those Banshees come in, to attack. Expect those photon cannons to be popped up like friggin' mushrooms, and they're already being built up in the high yield because, well, the original doesn't really matter much aside from the warp gates. Curious. Do have these immortals, more immortals being built. No pack a punch, to say the least. Yeah, look at that. Photon cannons. Well, at least you cannot idle a observer above a photon cannon without it being shown. Do not try to replicate in Brood War, if you don't know what I'm talking about. But we have Banshees, and is that cloaking field up yet? Ooh, almost. Could we begin to move those Banshees into position? But we do have this fairly large amount of units just starting to move in. We do have how many Zealots? That's a lot of Zealots. That is 1, 2, no, 12. Well, that's 20 Zealots, as well as a little bit less Stalkers. But what can you really do? But we do have this probe coming in, and he's probably going to build a proxy right on top of this area. And we do have another expansion coming in. As Izotope is rebuilding his expansion on this side, but we still do not have that proxy. We do have a probe. As at this point, Izotope is really starting to build out his base. Very, very quickly. There's that proxy. As expected, there are the Banshees. They have cloaking field on them, cloaked up. But it's not going to help because the photon cannons will be able to see them. Yeah, and they'll have to quickly move away. And at this stage, it doesn't really matter if they had cloak or not because, well, they are actually going after the Nexus. And, ooh, hello. They can't see them. And the Nexus is down. The Banshees will have to retreat. As these Stalkers will no doubt be annihilated very, very shortly. And there they are. Taken down. As is for the scum that they are. As these Banshees are, well, uncloaking. And they did do their job. They took down the Nexus at the high yield, which was important because now enemy will have serious difficulty expanding, and Izotope is getting ahead of himself very well because his enemy is already taking down his command center here, and his high yield is dead with these this massive army of Protoss on standby. He needs to move into Banshees. Can he move into Banshees because there's no observer? Yeah, there's an observer here, so they will be able to detect them. Now it's on towards the final move. There's the siege tank here, but the one siege tank is not going to help much. Although there's a Marauder in tow, they're trying to get on towards the ridge. As they blink up towards the base, and they will take down the siege tank. This Thor is next, and that Thor is most likely going to go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that Thor is dead. Here we go. As the Immortals are in the base, there's nothing yet to defend the base. Ooh, there is a planetary fortress there trying to blow up as many units as they can as the Zealots are moving in towards the SCVs, trying to take them down. The Zealots are trying to get in towards the command center. They trying to take it down. It's almost down. It's almost down. It's almost down. And it's not going to go down because all these SCVs are trying to heal it. Oh my god, it's everywhere. The Zealots need to take down these SCVs as more and more Stalkers are trying to come in. As this planetary fortress is trying to dish out as much damage as it possibly can towards this Immortal. That's not going to happen because all of these units are still here. The Banshees are now coming in as well, but there should be an observer somewhere around here. No, there's not, because all the observers are dead. No, it's still here. But these Banshees are ripping these Stalkers apart. And the planetary fortress did finally go down due towards this Immortal that was there. These two Immortals, actually. As what a loss. What a loss for Izotope. As all of these Zealots are still in the back of the base. And they've taken down all of his... SCVs. Only 4 SCVs remaining. Only 4 SCVs. And another expansion from enemy coming out now. He has dealt with this situation with the small amount of minerals that he has had very, very well. Although we do have this Banshee taking down his Nexus now. Pew pew. And both sides are really strapped for cash. This is a very, very curious matchup right now. Both sides are running out of minerals quickly. Well, not so much minerals because, well, we have Izotope with almost 3,000 minerals. But he's going to need those to rebuild his SCVs. As these Banshees are still out and about. And does he know about this expansion? Ooh, he does not know about it yet. And so he's going after the main base. Ooh, if only he knew about this expansion, then that would be curtains right there for enemy. Izotope is now finally going. Look at that. Nice movement there. And you have a robotics facility as well. Oh, I already saw that early on. But we do have these Stalkers now in. As these Stalkers are getting taken down rather quickly, although the Banshees themselves are not surviving for very long either. As well as the Sentry. Yeah, these Banshees are all dead. Finally taking down the Sentry as well, but the Observer was there just to make sure they didn't cloak up. In the meanwhile, though, we're running out of minerals fast. Very, very fast. We do have this single Nexus. Maybe Chrono Boost could be an idea. Nope, because you do not have enough energy. I'm not going to do that. As another Nexus comes up on the high yield again. This is such a curious matchup right here. And Tech Lab as well. The factory. What do we have in? Oh, we have a couple of medevacs, and that only has one medevac and 2 Banshees. That is everything that Izotope has at this point. And well, he does have a Nexus and nothing in production, but both sides are really crippled. Can't do anything. As more and more units are being warped in, Stalkers all over the place, and they're still not using any of the blink. They could be using so much of the blink right here. Missile turret now as well, but it's not going to help much versus those land units. There's again a planetary fortress being built, being morphed. And more starports coming out. With more and more Banshees in queue. That's a barracks. But it's... yeah, finally some aggression. Finally. No, he's still not... You know he has the upper hand. He can scout out with that Observer very, very nicely, but he's not doing anything. He finally decided to go in towards the base and go for a little bit of an engagement, a little bit of a stroll. This barrack's not going to survive very long. And now there's his medevac. And he only has 2 Banshees to hold him off. Nicely, nice shield. Versus that planetary fortress, as the Sentry could use a shield as well, right here, because this Stalker is dying. Siege tank up as well, because that Stalker is dead. And the planetary fortress down, and yeah. Enemy playing very, very curiously. Both sides, remember, both sides did switch over their base, and now enemy is just going around and taking down factories and armories. Where did they... ooh, they did fly off. Starports are flying off. And they're going towards this area. Towards the original area of enemy. And enemy is now taking down Izotope's main base. And Izotope is quickly rebuilding on the other side of the barracks. And we've got this Nexus here still. these starports. Just what the hell, guys? Seriously. The enemy has managed to take down the base once again. Izotope is flat on his ass with 0 supply. And needs to build supply depots quickly. As we haven't seen much aggression lately from Izotope himself, and he continues to hold on, building more tech labs on towards the starports. As Blood Banshees in the back of the base, since I missed, and he did manage to take down the Nexus. As Izotope's harassment with the Banshees is continuing on. And I don't know, maybe enemy could try, I don't know, build a photon cannon here, or here, or here. I don't know. Maybe try some defense, or build an additional Nexus on the high yield. Could be an idea. As the Banshees will now take down these assimilators as well. Oh, hello! This is it right here. As the Izotope's last stronghold is going to die. With all these SCPs quickly trying to heal up, but there's just too many Stalkers here trying to heal them up. No, it's not going to happen. That is that planetary fortress down. These barracks are trying to move off. And they're actually moving straight towards the base of enemy. But they're not gonna. That's not going to happen. As these barracks are going to go down. One more shot should do it. There we go. And this one as well. At this stage, Izotope has really lost it. The lack of aggression with those Banshees. Yeah, he only has one more base remaining all the way in the back. And he's still holding on. Barracks and barracks and barracks is being built. But that's only a quick blink up right on top of this ledge from the stalkers, and that would be pretty much it. We still have these banshees going around, and well, they're not even that low. So the photon cannons were not even that effective versus them. There we go. There are the stalkers, and there are the observers. They're just gonna go around the areas to see what is going on. More banshees. He's just trying to hold on by the skin of his teeth. All right, where are the observers going? That's just the one, and he knows about the base. And the stalkers are not moving in just yet. They do have the energy. They don't have the energy for it. And a warp prism is now coming in as well. Loading up in the warp prism. Oh, there's an Xelnaga tower right there. Cute. Oh, wait, no, it's not a tower. My apologies. Oh, and he's going to drop it in. Hello, guys. Yeah, this is it right here. This is the last base. Enemy is going to win this easily. Well, not easily, as both sides did do a base swap halfway through the game, which was rather curious, to say the least. But wow. I'm going to give props. Oh, look at that. There's just being a proxy being built right here, so they'll be able to warp and stuff regardless. But yeah, there they go. As this base is going to die. The SCVs are trying to move in, trying to take down as many of these stalkers as they can. There's a couple of banshees here as well, but they're cloaked. But an observer does see them. And this base is ending. Izotope is going to lose his final base. Good game is being called. Almost. As the enemy finally managed to get in towards the base and do his damage. There we go. Izotope calls a good game. And that is it here for day number 21. What a long hold that was. 44 minutes worth of commentary. Both sides swapping base. And in the end, this Protoss turned out to be, well, the winner. And you know what? It could have been so much of a faster game if enemy had decided to go for that blink from the Twilight Council early on and just do some harassment, maybe. Because then Izotope will be caught with his pants down constantly. And with those Banshees, well, they managed to take on a significant amount of the Nexuses. But seriously, enemy blink harassment would be nice. Regardless, though, this has been Ace-Pick here on day number 21 of 30 days. Be sure to check in tomorrow for day number 22 and to leave your comments below, whether or not you're on quadv.com or on YouTube. I'll be looking forward to read your comments and, well, to improve on my work. Regardless of all of that, we'll see you tomorrow, and be sure to check in then. Good night.